The purpose of this video is to explain how to add links to your chapter site. We're going to cover two types of links. The first is a link to an external site, and the second is a link to a file contained within the Files area of your chapter site. Let's cover the first type, which is a link to an external site. In this demo site, there's a wish list information, including 2 locations where items could be dropped off. Wouldn't it be neat if members could click on this and have it open up a Google map? We do that by adding a link to an external site. There are 2 icons on the icon bar that are used to manage links. They both have a globe and a piece of chain. One is a globe and a piece of connected chain. That's the Hyperlink Manager. The other is a globe and a piece of broken chain, and that's for removing a link. So we're going to be adding a link, and we want the globe with the connected chain. To add a link, you highlight the text. In this case, we want to highlight Mary Smith's name and address. Click on the Hyperlink Manager, and that brings up a dialog box that allows you to put in the URL for the site, the external site you want to link in. You can replace the text there with the URL. In this case, you would go out to Google Maps, look up the address, etc. I've already done that, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy that and paste it in here. And then you'll see it says Target None, and I'm going to change that target to New Window. Now look what happens when we go out to the chapter site. We see that Mary Smith's name and address is now a clickable link, and when we click on it, it opens a new window with her address. Let's do the same for Susie Jones. Again, select the text, click on the globe with the chain, the Hyperlink Manager. Remove what's there and go out to Google Maps or whatever the site is that you're linking in. Copy that whole URL and paste it in. Again, target. I'm going to leave the target as none just so I can show you the difference between none and new window. All right, so now when we click on Mary Smith, notice it brings up a new window with her location. But when we click on Susie Jones, it replaces our tab with the address instead of keeping the chapter site and opening a new one. And that's what the none versus new window does. Let's go ahead and edit Susie Jones to also be a new window target. So you would highlight the text, click on the chain, change the target to new window, and save. I will say I've had some issues in the past where these didn't always stick, so always make sure that you come out and test that they're doing what you want them to do. The other interesting thing that I want to point out about this is these addresses is if you do this with the Google Map and then your user is actually using their cell phone, when they click on that, it actually will open up Google Maps in their phone, and now they have a map and they can use the navigation, etc. The next thing we're going to cover is how to add a link to a file. So on here it says, please see wish list guidelines for more information. Well, that's really helpful, but many of your members may have no idea where they can find the wish list guidelines in the Files area. So you can actually add a link and make it more convenient for them. So we're going to go out to the Files area, find the wish list guidelines ourselves, and I happen to have just put them here at the top. And you'll notice there's a URL link. If you click on that, that brings up an address for them on your chapter site. You want to copy that entire link. And now go out and edit to add the link. So again, we're going to highlight the text that we want to become the link. Use the Hyperlink Manager. Paste that address in, and again, a new window target. And I think I'm going to change this text, instead of saying please see, to say click here. That way your users know that it is a clickable link and they don't have to go hunting around for wish list guidelines. Now if we click on that, it brings up a new window with the document. There's all kinds of things you can do with that on your chapter site to make it more user-friendly for your members. You can also add links to your chapter's public site, but keep in mind that anything that is located on your chapter site, for example in the Files area, will not be accessible from the public area. So you could link things in like, for example, let's say an article was written about your ultimate gift. You could have a link on here that public users could see and click on. And that's it. That's how to add links to your chapter's site.